Warning: if you are under the age of 13, you are not permitted to watch this channel, set by the new standards of the FTC. Although some of the content on this channel could feature cartoons or animation, it is for adults only. Thank you, and have a wonderful day. Hi everyone. I didn't hear you come in. I'm so happy you could join me this evening. Tonight we have a spooky collection of stories about things under your bed. Back in 2012, a student and his tutor stayed up too late studying for a final exam. At that point, all the buses had left and the terminal was closed, so the student asked if it would be okay if he could spend the night at his tutor's place. Reluctant, but fully aware that the student had nowhere else to go, the tutor allowed the student to crash that night, with her staying in the bed and him laying on the floor on a blanket next to the bed. Everything was fine till a few hours later, when the tutor noticed that the boy was standing, staring at her bed. He had a very strange look on his face, and she asked him, "What's wrong?" The boy quickly replied, "I'm really hungry. Let's go get some tandoori chicken." The tutor, confused, replied, "It's 2 a.m. Everything's closed. Just get a snack in the cabinet." Aggressively, the boy grabs her arm and says, "No, we are getting tandoori chicken right now." Confused and bewildered, the tutor followed the boy into the hallway. She could see that something was wrong, and he was very distraught. He turned and looked at her bewildered and said, "I'm not actually hungry. There's someone under your bed." In 2004, a babysitter sat down to watch TV right before the parents were about ready to come home. It was at this moment she noticed a clown statue in the corner of the room, that no matter where she would sit in the room, the eyes of the clown seemed to follow her. At that moment, she received a phone call from the father asking if the kids were fine. Before she was about to hang up, she asked the father very quickly, "Why do you have a clown statue in the corner of your TV room?" The phone got very silent, and then finally the father replied, "We don't have a clown statue." She immediately drops the phone, runs upstairs, grabs the kids, and runs outside, in which then she called the police immediately. The cops show up, the cops go in, and they come out with this clown. While the police were taking the clown away, one of the officers approached the girl with a grim look on his face and says, "We found him underneath one of the kids' beds. He was holding a sharpened screwdriver." This one's a bit different from the other two, but just as disturbing, as this has nothing to do with anything under your bed. In 2015, a neighbor was asked to watch somebody's mail for the next 2 weeks. A couple days later, a large package arrived outside of the man's house, so the neighbor decided to get the package and put it in his garage as it would be safe till the other guy got back. The man was barely able to lift it, but was able to get it over to his garage, but not until accidentally dropping it once, and hearing a large crack noise coming from the inside. Worried that he may have broke something, he quickly pushed it into his garage and lowered the garage door, thinking that maybe he just won't say anything and the neighbor will think that basically it was broken en route. In the next couple of days, it started to stink in his garage, and he decided to open up the package as the stink was coming from this package. Inside, to his horror, were 2 things, one being his neighbor who was dead, and 2, a video recorder that was still recording. After the police examination, they called him in to show him the contents of what was on that video recorder. The video showed the YouTuber excited about the idea of sending himself in a box to himself. They fast forward the tape to him sleeping in the box, and then the box finally getting jostled around and dropped, and then you hear a crack, which was his neck breaking, and then you hear a squeaky garage door closing. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, and here's some Patreon members.